Why is this thing so zoomy? Oh, it was so close to my face. So, guys, I'm an Aquarius sun, a Gemini moon, and I electrify myself. Guys, I have word tricky. And that's my luggage if you hear that in the background. But I've been, MIA. I've been MIA. You know what I'm saying? Recollecting my Mercury retrograde was crazy and a little bit irritable. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was still drawing, even though I wasn't consistent, but I was still drawing. Oh, guys, look at the moon. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. Yeah. So I'm going to be describing my art. There's a dog here. Let me move. So even though I wasn't on, I was still drawing and I was still doing my artistry because deep down inside, that's who I am. And that doesn't stop, even when I don't post, But let me share. Let's go down to the nitty gritty. Nitty gritty. I posted on my post, but I will be explaining the arts of the arts of the arts. So guys, this is my art piece. Is this the best one I got? Is this what I got? Is this the best one I got? Is this the best one that I got? Yeah. Okay. All right. So the premises of this piece of artwork, I was thinking is, diving into the shadow self, shadow work, It's like playing in the midst of the darkness, And, shadow work could be very revealing, but be very healing in all that, So I was trying to draw a slide, but as you can see, the slide wasn't sliding. It was not doing it. Let me see if I could get another picture of the good slide. Yeah, I guess I didn't get one that was hitting me. You know what I'm saying? This happens. Damn it, the music, guys. Okay, but anyway, so the slide was there, so I was having the kid version of ourselves, the nostalgia of being a kid. I was thinking about that. That is the shadow work itself, is to heal the childlike energy of who you are, right? So I drew a little slide, even though it doesn't show the whole slide because I suck at taking pictures, sometimes. So I was thinking about that, and because I felt like that's what I was doing. I was reflecting. This retrograde. Oh, is this your painting? Yeah, it's my painting. Yeah, it's not the best one that the best photo I took, but it is. But this retrograde was very revealing, to me. I've learned a lot, I've learned that valuing yourself is very of importance, Sometimes we think we value ourselves, but we don't. So then we think, where does that come from? And I drew this to understand, maybe I need to go back into that darkness to know who I really am. You know what I'm saying? It's very of importance. It's very of importance. And am I going the right direction? That's another question. I'm just walking, but do I know where I'm going? Isn't that life? We're walking, but do we know where we're really going? I don't know. We could say that it's a very confused thing to not know, but then we could say that there's full of surprises at the end of the road. That's the good thing about life. You don't know where you're going sometimes. And you know, you can't have too much control over it. And look, I just went right towards the noises. But anyways, besides the point. So that was actually the premises, to go deep, dive deep into my soul of darkness, right? And see what that means. What is my value system? What does that even mean to me? I don't know if I'm done yet. I don't know if I'm done, but that's what I'm seeking within my soul and my spirit. So I'm drawing it all out. You know, they say be careful what you give energy to. It's very important. And, you know, I don't know if I went live, but, you know, my sound quality is always crappy, per usual, because I don't like using these microphones. You know, I got to find a microphone that fits for me. So I'm going to do this YouTube thing and look into that, and people who do great reviews on microphones and stuff. But I was thinking, you know, your environment is very important, and you choose your environment. You know, there's a choice we all make in life that, you know, that we don't even realize. These are philosophical things that I'm thinking about. Doesn't mean it's real, you know, doesn't mean it's true, but I think about these things and I ask myself these questions because, like I said, I was stuck in retrograde, trying to understand the concepts that I had in my head, the concepts that weren't working out, and I was still cycling around, you know? You cycle around during this retrograde, you know? You're like missing transits during this time, you know? So all you can do is think about, wow, what am I doing, you know? Am I in the right value system, or am I in the right mind, you know? Set. The mindset, you know? So I'm going to be doing smaller pieces because I feel like I have a lot going on. Nothing is real. It's all just a dream. Yes. I agree. You're right. How many rich? Oh, okay. Thank you, Can Man. Thank you. But like I was saying, you're right. It is. It is. You know, just like this person online. This person that's on my live, is it just a fixational illusion that a person came to annoy me on my life? Is it real? You know? Are people projected realities of us, or is it all in their head that they did something wrong in life and they're projecting their realities on us? You know what I'm saying? It has to be something like that. You know? Because this person here, Cain Man, might not value himself, you know, because, or herself, because why would you come on an artist's live just to be important? You would have to feel unimportant to come on my live. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I gave too much attention. But anyway, besides the point, like I was saying, I'm going to be doing smaller work, more like 5x7s. I remember once in a blue, a long time ago, a lady told me, you know, you have a child. Why don't you minimize your work? And I kept saying, I want to do bigger work. And then I never really get to finish the work. So, because I'm always trying to find the time, but I never finish the work. And then it drives me crazy. So I'm doing smaller works. That's going to make me, look at the doggy, guys. I don't know if you could see it. The smaller work. Oh, that's a bird?
Yes, somebody, I think it's from somebody's house.
That is so beautiful, guys.
Catch it, a poor thing. I think.
Let me see if I could. It's hurt?
I think so, because it's not flying.
Oh my goodness. Guys, we just missed the bird. Where did it go? Oh, is it right there? It's right there, guys. Look at the bird. It can't fly. Oh my gosh. When a clipped when a bird's what should I call this? What can I say? When the birds have no wings, they can't fly. Oh, guys, it's so heartbreaking. But anyways, besides the point, look at that. That was just so beautiful. Like, like he needs to find a home. Not that he had clipped wings or his wings weren't working, but the fact that he was, or she, whatever. Or I wonder, are birds asexual? I don't know. But anyways, the fact that the bird was able to still like try to hop, even when they can't. That's like just like wow. It's amazing. You see a lot of things in animals, and you're like, wow. It's the human mind that takes us to nowhere sometimes. But anyways, beyond the point, I'm doing smaller work, and I'm going to be selling smaller work because, sometimes small things come in greatness, more tangible, better monetization of time. Yeah. So I think that showing, more that I'm trying to me thinking about this stuff is like, what kind of artwork do I want to do? Can I be able to live up to the bigger works that I do? I don't think I could do it right now with my personal time and my, So let me do the smaller things and I'll get to the bigger things in life, right? So I think that's what I'll be doing. And I think I'll be more productive, right? Productivity is of importance. And guys, it's a beautiful day in New York. I don't know why I feel like I want to throw away this jacket. I think it's the end of it. I've used the hell out of this jacket. I think it's the end of this jacket. I think springtime comes. A lot of thinking. I'm in my head. So, you're all together. Yeah. Oxygen. Yes, we are. Because we all step in each other's like world for a reason. Maybe there's something you need to get out of it, but maybe it's not that serious. Maybe it's simple, maybe it's too deep. And maybe I'm not making any sense, I always tell my daughter this, everything that I tell you it doesn't mean that it's right, It could be just what I think, but is it real to you? You gotta question it, So every day I get more into my knowing. I know who I am, but I have to sit in it, and you get to relearn things about yourself, different mindsets, different thoughts. Ooh, what I wanted to ask. What I wanted to tell. Maybe I can ask. Maybe that's a thing, is living your knowing. I probably have said it before, but I realized that the life we live in this world, a lot of people don't live in their knowing, and they always think that other people don't know themselves. So, because they don't know themselves. So, they'll project things like, you don't know who you are. But yeah, you know who you are. So, I think that anybody who's themselves, who knows who they are, don't ever let yourself sway away in this world of thinking you don't know yourself, especially if you're younger. It's good to master yourself now. Gosh, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But don't ever live with regrets either, because regrets are painful. Never do that. So these are the things that I fully want to get into, drawing these type of aspects, like the shadow parts of who I am, all parts of who I am, because artistry is a spiritual thing to me, you know? And I get to fully express myself. And if I could inspire anyone to do the same, I would, you know? Fully express yourself through the arts or some type of form of creativity, because it helps. It helps. It helps. There's always another day to draw for me or something else to say. And hopefully I can get it together with the smaller canvases just to be very consistent with the art, you know? That's what I want to do with myself. This following time is to be more consistent with, I'm married to this art thing. I'm married to this art game. So I'm putting it all in there. All in there. All in there. Guys, the freaking like sky is gorgeous. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful sky day. And it smells like there's a laundromat right around the way I could smell the burnt, not the burnt, you know, kind of like a burnt iron smell, but not really. Like the burnt iron smell? I don't know. The senses. So that's pretty much what I want to show you guys. I want to show you my art, and I did it. So when I come back, it will be better. When I get myself centered, it'll be nice. And guys, I have like this worst headache ever. And I'm like thinking like, this headache is so horrible. It isn't the best, but you know, it's okay, because this moon is gorgeous. What the hell? I feel like I want to moon gaze. It's like, it has like this look. It's like nice and fluffy and nice, you know. But I think that's what's up. That's what's up. I don't got much to say, guys. Today. Value yourself, know yourself, and understand that you're a creative being. We all came to create something in this world. And what would be the purpose of us of existing without the purpose of us creating? Gosh, everything, we come together, we create children, we come together, we can create meals. Like, oh, thank you, Oxygen. I appreciate you for subscribing. My daughter tells me all the time, say like and subscribe. I appreciate you for liking and subscribing. So, but you know what's beautiful? That we live another day to breathe this air. You know, some people don't even exist in this world. And, well, thank you. Thank you, Oxygen. You too. You are everything too. We all are special. It's just, I think I told somebody that. We are all special people. I mean, it matters what we do with it. I believe that. What do we do? What do we do? We're not all just, you know, that thing people use. What's that word people use? Not special. They use that chosen. I don't believe. I do believe, yeah, you can be you can see you're special, but I don't believe that. I feel like we're all chosen, but it's like, what do you do to be a special human being? You know? What do you do? Like, what do you? If you're a killer, are you special? Are you nice? Like, you know? But if you know, you can't just see yourself in the idle mind too. We all can come together and make something bigger, right? We're individual people, but when we come together, we make things bigger and grander and huge and whatever. That's the beautiful thing about human beings. But it's like, you know, I think we idolize ourselves so much that that's the problem with us. So it's crazy. I can say that, but I fall victim to it sometimes. But when I'm a victim to it for too long, I'm like, this ain't it. So what I do is I draw it out. I express it through my art. And I'm like, okay, this is it. Yes, it's true. You know it already. You just said, see? That is true. We are everything with nothing at all. That is so true. I agree with you. That's like, besides, I don't know, have you ever watched Dolo? He speaks of things like that. It's really good. Yeah, you're special, but we're nothing at the same time. You know, one thing goes off with our body, we're all over the place. But the body can heal itself. Like miracles can happen. Oh, that is so true. And then you can't make your ego too high, even though you need some ego. You got to be able to balance yourself properly. But I do definitely agree. I agree with exactly what you just said. Guess you just need balance in life. Balance. But this walk is very nice. I'm taking a nice walk, and the sky is gorgeous, guys. It has this beautiful bluish thing. Look. It's like gorgeous. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just need to wipe my. Yeah, it's beautiful. The wires are not beautiful, but everything else is cool. Like if you was to see it here, it just looks a little cloudy. It looks a little, yeah, it's better, way better. Like it's gorge. It's gorge. You could find the beauty in all the small things in life, But beep. But anyway, so that's what I'm gonna be doing, guys. Even though I have this tremendous headache, I'm gonna be doing smaller pieces now as I'm coming to, unless it's like a piece that I've been working on, I'm not doing any bigger pieces anymore. You notice pink skies in the morning. Was it 2 weeks ago? I seen like a beautiful, like a pinkish type of sunset. I was like, damn. It was beautiful though. It was gorge. It was beautiful and gorgeous. Look at that. Yo, Sunday be just like nobody here. Nobody be in the streets. Nobody be in the streets. But like I said, more smaller work, and I think I'm gonna be putting quotes on my smaller work, and I'm gonna be doing a better job with my value system. I feel like I'm gonna be valuing my artwork. I'm going to be making love to it. I'm married to this art thing. I'm married to it. I realize that's what I have to do I have to marry my artwork. Because if I don't, I'm gonna be upset. So guys, I appreciate you. I need to be a little bit more sturdy. Oh, somebody's riding their motorcycle out in these streets. Oh, this is a beautiful motorcycle too. Damn, it's too. I missed it. I missed the motorcycle. It was a nice red motorcycle too. It was a nice red one. Yeah, but train of thought. I have a headache, so this train of thought thing is a little off. But anyways, so guys, I'm gonna stop in here, I guess. If you're not creating, then what are you doing? Yeah, you gotta create in order to live a better life. And if we all create, maybe people will be happy out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people are not creating enough to be happy. But if I could give you some good energy and you can ground that energy, take something that you love. I seen a lady, she's twerking on YouTube. That's her gift, man. Thank you, Greet. Yes. Oh, turn knife? Where's that at? Where are you at? I've never heard of turner knife. Where's that at? Tell me where that is. Where is it? Yeah, but I see a lady twerking on YouTube. Okay, we can agree or disagree and say it's not the best thing ever, but guess what? She's good at it. You know, she's not whoring herself. She's twerking. Good, good butt muscle exercising. You know what I'm saying? So find your gift. And it took me time to find my gift. Like I knew I loved art. So Atlantic Island. Atlantic Island. Not Atlantic City? I've never heard of Atlantic Island. Where is that? But you ain't gotta go all deep in there. But find what you're great at and just like blow it up. Okay? You don't know. You don't know what you're great at until you start. I realize that. And then like, you know, once you start, you just might end up running. You know? You know? Anyways, guys, thank you. Oh, Google it. I'm definitely gonna. You got me thinking now. I never heard of that. Atlantic Island. I'm gonna Google it though. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate everybody. Like and subscribe. Aquarius Gem signing off. Bye, guys.